So it's January 16th, 2023, and I thought haven't done this in a while, so I thought I'd do a little garden video showing what's going on. Here in the Cedar log garden, there's some fairly new spinach plants. Some of these were planted before a big freeze we had, and they survived. They're the ones that, and then I planted more of them, so that's why you see some that are way smaller than the others. That's all right, they'll go. And there's two green cabbages, and those survived the freeze too. I covered everything up. I used these trash cans and had some Agribon, which is a fabric plant cover, and had that suspended over this, and then I covered all that up with some 4mm clear plastic and had a heater underneath it. So I had a bunch of broccoli in here that we ended up harvesting and eating, and now I've planted some more broccoli too. That's broccoli right there, and so that's one lone onion plant there. I just had a leftover one. I just stuck it in somewhere. These are all broccoli. The rest of these plants you see here. And there's three different types. There's Green Magic, which has been what I've always grown before, and it works really good. And I tried two new varieties. One is called Purple Broccoli, and the other one's Romanesco. And that's a type of broccoli that grows in a kind of a geometric pattern. It's pretty cool looking. These are Texas 1015 onions, a row of them here. I had a few extra seedlings left over, so I stuck those in there. And there's some plants here next to these cauliflower. These are Zabroon shallots. So I've never grown those before. These plants, they don't look that great. They're kind of laying over sideways, but a couple of them are shaded by these big cabbage plants. So, you know, maybe once the cabbage gets harvested, which shouldn't be too much longer, that one's starting to head up. They're both starting to head up. One of them's a lot bigger than the other. And then over here in the tub is where my elephant garlic is. And I didn't grow very much elephant garlic. I had a bunch of leftover garlic, and I don't know, I'm just tired of it. It's not as good as regular garlic in my opinion, and I'd rather just buy garlic than use this stuff in my cooking. You know, it's okay, but I've never grown the giant ones like they have in the store. I've been growing elephant garlic for 5 or 6 years now, from the same bunch of garlic basically. And that's cilantro right there, and these few right here, those are bunching onions. Those are red beard bunching onions, and they live through the freeze without any cover on them. And got a weed there. I hope it was a weed. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I thought they were going to multiply, but I don't see any multiplying going on. In raised bed number 1 here, I just planted these are 2 more of the broccoli. Actually, I didn't really pay much attention to what kind was what when I was planting the broccoli. I just spaced them out right, and we'll see what happens. It'll be a mystery. There's a big row of carrots down the middle of this, and those plants there are daikon radishes, which I picked a couple of those the other day. And you know, they just taste like radishes. They're huge, and they grow a lot better than the other radishes I've been growing. So I was glad to grow those. These are some more of those shallots. These have been shaded out. There was a couple of big cauliflower plants in here before, and those just got harvested. And so those plants have been shaded out the whole time and not done very well. I've got a couple of, these are Brussels sprout plants. The plants look great. And they're forming little tiny Brussels sprouts on them, if you can see in there. They're cute, huh? But they say Brussels sprouts take a long time, so we'll see how they do. Hopefully we'll get some Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. And this is another green cabbage. I just planted this yesterday. And there's two giant, these are giant red cabbage. And they've been in here, they survived the freeze, and they've been in here for a while. I had a heater and all that covering over this bed too. So maybe once those are gone, the carrots will start kicking. So far in my gardening life, I haven't done very well growing carrots. So we'll see how that goes. This bed's producing a lot of food. I had used some store-bought compost on this, some black cow manure compost last year, and everything that I've grown in here since then has looked really good. It really, everything looks really good in this bed. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to stop this now and start a new video so I don't run too long.